Hi, welcome to Truth with Tal and Isaac. I'm Tal.
I'm Isaac.
Episode number 65 coming at you tonight. Gary Zimmerman, another NFL Hall of Fame offensive lineman.
Don't know who that is.
It's okay, talking about the NBA. We took a bit of a break between episode number 64 and 65 because we had to wait for the completion of the next round. Obviously, we were in mourning because of the Heat loss last night. However, we're going to talk about the Heat.
Just hitting that right now?
Yeah, Jimmy's legacy.
Wait.
No, and then we're going to do top 10. We're going to do a trilogy draft.
Movie trilogy draft.
Movie trilogy draft.
Are we going to talk about the NBA Finals, right?
I was going to do some off the top. You want to talk about the NBA Finals first?
Well, like in the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll preview a little bit.
Okay, start with your nonsense.
Yeah, nonsense. Tigers, they can't score. Their starters can't get healthy. But you know what? They're starting to get entertaining.
No, the only time you talk about Tigers is when you talk about us attending games.
Okay, we went to the game on Saturday with Val and Isaiah.
Yeah.
Got good seats again somehow. We must have mistaken because we paid $20 for scalper seats. And the guy said they were club seats.
They had C on them.
They had C on them, so they were club seats. But there was a 3. So again, we took that as
section
3.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, section 116, 117, something like that. It's funny when they're announcing that, hey, you get a free pizza in this section. We had to see if it was our section. So we had to see if it was Val and Isaiah's section.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know, because we just go.
We end up getting good. We always get a good view of the game.
We get a good view of the game.
No matter what the ticket says, it's a great view. It's a great experience.
Yep. Isaac and a couple of his buddies are going to go see the Jays, and we've got inside scoop from Urban Paul, one of our loyal listeners.
Talking about when I go to Toronto?
Yeah, we're going to Toronto. He said lots and lots of tickets that are available. Scalp, but
Beauty.
He said there's also cheap seats that are available to purchase, but I think that means just scalp.
Yeah, we'll get some good media when we go to Toronto for the fans.
For sure.
Shout out to fans. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, fans.
We wouldn't be anywhere without you.
Who will the Pistons end up with?
I don't want to talk about that. I'm not there yet.
Jaden Ivey. Calling it Jaden Ivey.
I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, I'd be fine
Keegan Murray, I'm becoming, I think, a Thunder fan.
Okay, let's defer.
Okay. Just putting that out there.
All NBA, first team, second team, third team. No Jimmy, no Bam. And then the person who had the third most votes who didn't make it, do you know who that is? Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, who you don't like.
Can we actually spend a minute on the All NBA teams? This is something
we can
that's
spend a minute. It's important.
So you had Jimmy's second team.
I did have Jimmy's second team.
Now, if we're talking should and will, like I thought Jimmy would get the third team.
I thought Jimmy would get the third team.
He should be the first team. Obviously, I don't think quite, but you guys know what I mean. I'm a big Jimmy enthusiast. You'll see that later. It's awful that Pascal Siakam. Come on, dude. Like the All NBA teams are already a joke because of this position. Was it Tatum? I think Tatum was the one that's like, oh, they should go positionless. Clearly, Jason Tatum is watching the truth because we've been on this for a long time.
Yeah, we're not a big fan of Jason Tatum, but he's obviously a fan of us.
Just appreciate you tuning in, Jason.
Well, the truth, he probably thought it was Paul Pierce.
He probably thought it was good. That's good. So the All NBA teams are a joke. I don't get too worked up about it because
it doesn't
mean a ton.
Like they announced the All NBA teams, you're like, oh yeah, good for Luka. Oh wait a sec, such and such got another $50 million because of Supermax.
Speaking of Luka, I believe he's played 4 years in the NBA. I feel like he's been first team 3 out of the 4 years. I'm not sure if that's accurate. Someone's gonna have to check. I feel like that's what I read.
Yeah, Dale's on it. He'll get back to us soon.
Like I'm gonna slow it down. 4 years in the NBA, 3 years first team All NBA. I don't think Luka's in his prime. What happens when he starts shooting 40% from 3?
I have no idea. Especially, like, I think Dallas and the Mavericks are going to figure things out and really push a team around Luka.
I don't know.
Tell you what, we're going to get back to that later. Anything else?
The All NBA, it's just awful. Like, It's just LeBron got like a second or first team nod. Like,
it's not relevant. Although, like, Jalen Rose.
Yeah.
He gave 1 vote to Kyrie, and then he obviously woke up and said, "Oh my God, that was foolish of me." Shows you how dumb it is.
The NBA, it's whatever. Keep it moving.
Yep.
Just dumb.
Daniel Snyder, you need to be kicked out of the NFL. That's all we need to say.
Oh, that's the Commanders owner.
Yes.
Just a bad dude.
Is it the Commanders or Guardians? Commanders.
Yep. Come on, dude.
I love the fact that Juwan Howard just said, no thank you to the Lakers job.
I hate the Lakers are just putting out headlines every day. LeBron and Clutch Sports every day just pump out headlines.
Hang on. Duncan Darvin Ham. I like Darvin Ham. I have no idea what anybody can do as a coach And I feel bad for
I'll tell you what they're going to
Duncan
do. I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to play backseat to LeBron and let him run the show. That's what's going to happen. That's why they got a quiet dude that's probably a player's coach.
You mean Le GM, Le Coach?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Got
And
it.
LeBron's fans admit that. Like, it's fine. It's just the reality. It doesn't matter. They could have signed me and you, and we're just going to let LeBron do his thing, and hasn't worked the past couple years. Hopefully it works this year.
Nope. Scalp receipts, we talked about that enough already?
Yeah, just sick. Like...
Listen, if you need to talk to us, message us off.
I've gotten a couple of buddies text me like, hey, like I'm thinking of going to a Tiger game. Like, what's the best way to... And I'm like, I got you, man.
I posted it on Twitter. I didn't post it on Instagram. I posted it on Twitter on Saturday, and two people reached out to me today at work like, so you went to the game? Like, how tough is it to go there and got really good seats? I said, well, we paid a lot of money for those seats. $20.
Season ticket holders.
Yeah, we're season ticket holders. That's what we tell people.
I can say this. The trick is, what you do is you get your phone out. I think I might have said this. And you just have nothing. But when you're going down to your seats, you just act like you're looking at your ticket on your phone. Be like, not this one. And if you ever accidentally get booted, you just get your phone up. Like, oh, silly me. We're actually 2 rows in front. Sorry.
No, the better line is somebody comes down and says, where's your tickets? Mom's getting food. She'll be a little while.
And if it's a dude usher, this is just a fact. If it's a dude usher, they're like, all right, guys. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Mom's got to go to the washroom, fix her makeup, and then she's got to get some food. Yeah, I'm not sure if our female listeners
but it's a fact,
will love that.
Though. But
it's a good excuse.
I think most would be like, yeah, it's a fact.
Yep.
Like, we make fun of ourselves a lot. It's just
we do
fact.
make fun of ourselves, yeah.
Okay, what else you got?
That's all I have for off the top. Let's
Okay.
just jump right into the NBA.
Okay. Heat Celtics. You go first, and then I'll tell you where you're wrong.
Okay, so
Stop
you
yelling.
were a naysayer almost all the time.
I said Heat and 7.
Negative.
I said
negative.
Heat and 7 from the start. Just putting that out there.
But too many injuries obviously caught up with the Heat. Tatum, immensely talented, but I don't think he has the stones to be a champ. He is probably one of the 5 most talented players in the NBA. I do believe that. Can play every position, can score at all 3 levels, can play awesome on D if he tries, like guarding KD in the first round. One of the things about Boston that is miraculous, they must have some of that, like Michael Jordan super juice, because they like get shot, fall on the ground, get carted off in a stretcher, and then miss about 2 minutes of game time.
Just to add on to that, I've got some points here.
Yeah, go nuts.
Trae Young, not a big fan of. Earned some respect. You probably didn't see this tweet. He tweeted, after one of the 18 Celtic injuries, tweeted, Celtics got some outstanding trainers.
Yes, I did see that.
Which is just kudos to Trae Young for putting that out there, because it's funny. Like,
I don't think people like Boston, right? Because was it Gobert or somebody that said, wow, this is good defense. Boston plays really good defense. The game that Smart was injured?
Something, yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, look, here's the deal. Smart and Tatum injuries. We'll just talk about that for a minute.
Okay.
I felt like every game there was a drastic, oh my gosh, he has been shot by a 12-gauge shotgun in the chest. Like every game. Whether it be like they'd get hit with a screen, a legal screen, or they would go up and hit the ground a little hard. They must have been watching, there's a lot of movie analogies I can go with here. The one I'm going to go with is the portal scene in Endgame, which you were randomly watching a couple days ago, last week maybe?
On your left?
On your left, where it's like they think when they come out of the locker room, they are Black Panther coming out of that cool Doctor Strange circle, coming to save the day and help Cap. That's what these guys think. They have the Tatum,
which is a good visual. If you're a coach, you want to coach them up to that.
No, you
but
don't.
But eventually the fans are like, come on, like you just went to go take a poop and like get a little bit of A535 anti-phlogiston rubbed on your leg and then you go play.
I hate the like, oh my gosh, look at this miraculous comeback, which leads me to Klay Thompson. Now, we're not talking about the Warriors yet, but what Klay Thompson did in the 2019 finals.
Oh my God.
He blew his ACL, limped to the locker room, found out you got to shoot your throws, you're not coming back, limped back to the court on one leg. Golden State just erupts. Like, I think awesome. Seismic, like earthquake, erupt. And he hits his free throws.
6.7 on the Richter scale.
Are you making that up?
Yep.
So he hits his free throws. After that, he missed 941 days. He didn't return to basketball 941 days. Marcus Smart does this nonsense.
Didn't miss 941 seconds.
But a minute and a half later, he'll come back and then Boston's like, oh my gosh, he's been blipped for 5 years and he just got revived. I hate it so much. So there's the injuries. Okay,
we do have to talk about Game 7.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
The theatrics. I don't like the Boston theatrics. Boston's sick. They're so good. They're really,
so
really good
defensively.
And offense.
So good. And Horford, I give him a lot of credit. He's probably the guy in Boston who I like the most.
I like Pritchard a lot.
I know. You're Pritchard with about 15 pounds more muscle.
Rob Williams. I love Rob Williams. He plays the game the right way. I think I saw him complain.
I like the coach too.
Yeah, he's. I've been on the Ime train before you. Rob Williams plays the game the right way. He should not be wearing a Celtics jersey. He should be wearing a Pistons jersey. Like, he is just... I love him so much. And I don't know, like, he's going to want some money soon. And I don't know how they're going to keep all these guys. And Smart's going to want big money, even though he's getting older.
Makes pretty big money.
So you want to talk about Game 7. Can I just talk about Game 6?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I've got the Jimmy legacy down as something we should talk about.
So, Game 6 at Boston, down 3-2.
You just wanted to watch Obi-Wan.
Okay, I'm not there yet, dude.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler, 47 points, 16 for 29 from the field, 9 boards, 8 dimes, 4 steals, a block, 1 turnover.
Was that the second most points ever scored in an elimination game after Wilt's 50? Is that right?
Yes, actually, I have that here. So, most points in a road playoff game facing elimination. Wilt dropped 50 in Boston in 1960. That must have been a tough atmosphere for Wilt. That's all I have to say there.
By the way, Isaac, I need to tell you, that's a nice sports jacket.
Thank you. And a cool Space Jam shirt.
Cool Space Jam shirt. Oh, wait a sec. I've got a nice sports jacket, nice pocket square, and what do I have? Philly.
Okay.
Unlike Aguilar shirt.
Jimmy,
the little one.
Jimmy had 47 points in Boston on the road. Just team on the back. Hall of Fame case is boosted big time. I'm loyal to Jimmy, not to the Heat, right? Like, my loyalty is Jimmy. And then in turn, the Heat became a very likable, rootable team for me. What Jimmy did, I'm really proud of him. I think that he deserved this fraud Larry Bird MVP award. He deserved that. Just like Luka deserved it.
Did he get a couple votes?
He got 1. So one guy knows what they're doing. Look, Jimmy, 40 point, 4 steal, right? 40 point plus 4 steals. He did that twice in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Who do you think in league history has done that? There's one other dude.
Is it Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan did it in 1988, first round in 88. I remember watching that series.
Did he even keep track of steals?
Barely. What Jimmy did was special, and I want people to appreciate him.
Was that against Boston? No, that was not against Boston. That was probably 86.
Well, 86, the Celtics won. Because that 85-86... Oh, you're saying that Michael Jordan could have lost the series?
Oh, the 63-point game. It was just...
In the Garden, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I remember watching that.
We weren't playing Michael Jordan that night. We were playing God or something was one of the lines.
Yeah, so I'm proud of Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy. That's now you can talk about Game 7. Just keep it brief because I don't want to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about it too long, but when you add up the injuries, and obviously Celtics had some injuries as well, but Lowry, Jimmy, Tucker, Depot,
Hero,
lots and lots of injuries. It was too hard on him. I would have liked to see a healthy Lowry or Hero, just one of those two guys. Lowry was never healthy all year.
Regular season, he was kind of. No, look, if you look, it was a perfect storm, right? The Heat were badly injured. Now, at this time, everybody's injured in the playoffs, but the Heat were badly injured. The supporting cast didn't show up, right? Like, if you're going to have some injuries, you're going to need guys. You're going to need Max Strus to have a couple good games. He really didn't.
He had a couple good stretches.
Thank you. Big shots to shut up the Boston fans. He did that a couple times.
The putback dunk that he had with about 2 minutes to go was pretty awesome.
He can jump. No, he can actually. He can really jump.
I guess I'll just tell you. So I went to sleep with 3 minutes. I went to bed with 3 minutes to go.
Quickly, it makes me sad.
No, but then you yelled. And now, was that the putback dunk or was that the 3 by Strus?
It would have been to make it a 2-point game.
Okay, that was the 3 by Strus.
Yeah.
So then I woke up and kind of said, okay, I need to get my phone and look at it. But then I checked and it was over, unfortunately.
It was a perfect
Should Strus's 3 have been taken away, like the Phantom 7 minutes later?
You guys know my thought on that. I've never seen anything like that.
I've never seen anything like it. And I didn't really get a lot of time. I was busy today at work, so I didn't really have time to check on anything. But there must be some people talking about that.
A little bit. It's just a lot of like, oh my gosh, the Celtics. Now, we'll talk about what people are foolishly talking about. Jimmy attempted a 3, about 18 seconds left.
Take the shot.
People, I'm just going to call out my buddies here because I actually was really upset at them. And I don't care. Come at me, guys. I don't care. My group chat, which is just a bunch of casual basketball fans, not all of them, but a lot of them, respectfully, were just flooding the group chat, partially to try to get me mad about, oh my gosh, Jimmy sucks, Jimmy sold the bag. You know what that means? Jimmy sold. Like, it means like you can't, like, you sell out, kind of.
Yeah, no cap.
No cap. So they're saying, Jimmy sold, what an awful shot. It's his
just
fault.
Trying to get your goat.
And I didn't answer once. And I'm not going to name names like Omar and Aless and Jer and Matt. I'm not going to name any more names.
No.
But they were just saying Jimmy sold. And if you think that, respectfully, you don't watch the Heat, you don't watch basketball, you don't watch Jimmy, you're dumb if you think that was poor decision. The fact that Eric Spoelstra said it's a good shot, I'm going to listen to Spo on this one.
Spo knows what he's talking about. And honestly, on the release,
look good.
Jimmy thought it was good.
There's a couple inches short.
A little short. That's it. Big
right?
deal.
if this shot, if his knee wasn't broke and he gets a little more leg under that and it's 2 inches higher and it goes in, this is one of the greatest playoff performances of all time, and he's a hero, and he's not an instant Hall of Famer, but basically a Hall of Famer if that shot goes in.
That cements it. I agree with you.
And
that's like Ray Allen's 3
in the corner. Look, in a multiverse, Jimmy hit that shot, and I'm a really happy guy in that universe, but not in this one. So that's what I have on that.
Very interesting. Tatum made the right plays at the end, because my criticism of the Celtics is Tatum doesn't play like a superstar. He made the right decisions. Smart just kept throwing up bricks.
Smart had a really good game.
He did.
I think Smart scored 26. If Smart scored 26 in Game 7, you're not going to win.
He hits one of those threes, and we're not even talking about the closeness or the 3-point miss. But I don't know. It's going to be very interesting finals. We'll get to that in a second.
Boston's a really good team, man. Like, I knew it going in. I think the Heat should have won? 100%, right? They had no Tucker the second half. They had no Hero. If they had one of those dudes, I think that the Heat win kind of comfortably if they're healthy. But obviously, we didn't. It's easy for me to say that because we never got that.
Listen, people are talking about the Warriors, how they had an easy path. Listen, the Celtics had to play the Nets in the middle of a temper tantrum, right? The Celtics played the Bucks with no Middleton.
I'm just saying,
far away their second best player, and they played the Heat with no lots of guys.
Yeah. You want
They're
to
still a good team defensively, offensively. They are a very good team. They don't have any weaknesses.
I appreciate you saying that because you want to look at the paths, and you can look at every past champion and be like, well, that happened, and well, that happened.
Like there's lots of people could say that the Raptors shouldn't have won. You know what? Who cares? They got a championship.
Yeah, in 20 years, obviously I'll remember, and we'll remember. But, it's a championship.
Do you think Urban Paul cares? No. He's got a championship in Toronto.
That's why I think, you want to say the word asterisk, whatever. Sure, you can do an asterisk every year.
Roger Maris should have had an asterisk next to the time when he hit 61 home runs in 1960.
No one cares about that.
Sure, lots of old guys do. Yeah. Coach Rob cares about that one.
Coach Rob's my boy.
Yeah.
So, good. I'm proud of Jimmy.
My boy.
I'm proud of Jimmy.
We do have to chat about the West for a bit.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so Luka and the Pips, that's what I'm calling his backup squad. Luka and the Pips versus the Warriors was a decent show. I have to give some credit to Andrew Wiggins, the Canadian boy who just had an awful reputation. Canadian man, yeah, boy, that's disrespectful. Thank you. Now he plays D. He passes the rock. He's a good teammate. And that dunk, oh my gosh, that was so nasty.
Which one the one on Luka?
Yes.
Because he had one in the first round, the two-hander on Brandon Clark.
Yeah, also good.
Which is another Canadian man there. Wiggins is... I told you, right? Someone tweeted, someone needs to remind Wiggins he has a 48-inch vertical because he forgets, and he just takes it up soft.
Yeah, and he's stronger than he looks.
He is.
So the Dallas thing is an interesting question because obviously Luka is spectacular. He's the best player on the planet because I think you said that Giannis isn't. He's off-world.
Yeah, Giannis is the best player on the planet, but he's currently off-world. He's in space doing some missions.
Okay.
So Luka and Jimmy are the two best players on the planet.
Okay, fair enough. Question is, when you have such a ball-dominant player, do the other guys lose their energy and their rhythm on offense?
Well, that's
in all seriousness, you're obviously much more of a basketball player than I am. That's got to be hard to just sit and wait and then pass and try and shoot.
Yeah, well, you can look at the statistics and NBA history, and there's been a lot of work done on this, where basically teams with a ball-dominant guy, that his usage rate is through the roof, and everything is just through one guy, they have never won. It wasn't as bad as the Harden Rockets.
They also had Shaq.
The Harden Rockets.
Yes.
The Luka Mavs, the Iverson Sixers. You can pull out all these examples in NBA history. They've never won, right? Michael
Jordan was not that way.
Not like this.
Malone, never won.
An offense like this just has never won a championship. It doesn't work. Now Luka is something we've never seen, and if anyone's going to break the mold, I think it's going to be this guy. But I don't see I think. Porzingis as a number 2? No, that didn't work.
No.
Brunson they got to make a splash. They got to do something. They got to trade up and get a guy. I don't really know what they have to do. That's why Mark Cuban's...
I do have the feeling that Cuban's going to do something.
Well, he got really lucky with Dirk, and I don't think that's going to happen again. I don't think...
No, he's going to have to make his own luck. He's going to have to trade away future picks, go way over the salary cap, that whole deal.
Which I think he can afford to do. And it's safe to say.
He's doing okay. I need to give some more credit to Golden State. They did a really, really good job transitioning, right? They remained competitive. Obviously, they had a couple of bad years with injuries. But they still have that same core guys, but really good young guys, too. I mean, you're huge on Kuminga and Wiseman. They're going to be fun to watch. I do need to give them credit because they played really well. Clay went off. That's a huge difference. And I honestly think it would have been almost an even bet, the Celtics and the Warriors going into the finals. But I think Clay going off put more money Golden State's way. I still think the Golden State Warriors have only played about 80%. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to beat the Celtics. I think they're going to have to play better.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
We should start talking finals preview now.
All right, let's transition.
Okay.
So I'll just put it out there. I have the Warriors in 7.
I have the Warriors in 7.
I said it first. Steph gets MVP.
I wrote it down. I typed it. No, I printed it first.
No, you didn't.
Wait a sec. This is a victory for Team Chudner. Team Tal. I was able to pretty much reconfigure the entire computer system in our house, run some new internet, and get the printer attached to the my computer.
For those that don't understand, Tal has not been able
I've had some challenges with this laptop printing.
Printing, not like hacking the mainframe, printing
No, it's because
document.
you put a 7-digit password on and I broke the code.
Sure, okay.
I did.
Stop. You smell.
I do smell a little bit. It's been one of those weekends where there's been a lot of sweating.
Yeah, I shower 4 times a day. No one cares. How long until a tech is issued on either Smart, Draymond Green, or Grant Williams? Because you can give a tech on either of those dudes any possession.
Is pregame on the table?
Yeah.
Okay, pregame.
Over. I'm taking to over.
Yeah, over, but first period.
You think first quarter, game 1?
First quarter, yep.
Who? It's in Golden State, so it's more likely to go on Smart or Grant.
Smart.
You think Smart gets him?
Yep.
The Warriors are the better team, obviously, and they have home court.
Listen, I think it's very, very close.
The Warriors are the better team. They have the best player in the series, and that's already a boost. Right? Like, Steph Curry's the best player in the series. And it's kind of a matter of who's going to be the third best player in the series. Is it going to be Jaylen Brown? Is it going to be Jordan Poole?
Who does Steph guard?
You hide him. You throw him on...
Who does he guard?
You probably throw him on Smart for a while.
That's a tough matchup.
It's a lot.
So Clay then has to guard Brown.
No. Boston just screen. Boston just gets matchups. Tatum can't score on a good defender. So, like, I don't think you got a bucket on Jimmy. They just have to get the smallest guy on the court on him, which is fine. Jimmy likes to pick up, but Jimmy picks on anybody. I just think that...
We're going to assume that Wiggins is going to be the primary defender on Tatum?
Yeah, I think so. I think Draymond Green's going to get some run at him just to hit him.
Yep, for sure. Anytime the screen with the big guys, they go, I want some of that.
Speaking of which, the officiating in the series, I'm very, very interested to what that's going to look like, right? Because if the Warriors are going to get... Like, if they're going to get a lot of calls, like if Boston's going to play over-aggressive defense and Steph's going to shoot 15 free throws a game, then it's done.
Warriors were able to blow by Dallas on the perimeter and get lots of opportunities by the bucket because Mavericks really didn't have anybody defending that. Listen, You play your man Rob Williams, right?
Yes.
That's a lot harder to do. Even Horford is a pretty good shot blocker, so that's going to be much
such a good
harder.
Yeah. The X Factors, Golden State's X Factor. It's Andrew Wiggins. If he comes to play and he can limit
Wiggins,
Tatum.
And you know what? I'm going to give Looney some credit.
I love
because
he's going to get a lot of run.
He's got to play big. Yeah, he's going to get a lot of run. He's got to not get outworked at all by Williams or Horford.
Boston's X Factor is Marcus Smart here, right? If he shows up and he can shoot 45%, because all of his shots are wide open, right? Like every shot's wide open. If he can shoot 45% from 3 or 40% from on his wide open shots, then Boston's going to be looking good. Pritchard is going to get more run because of how small Golden State plays. It's going to be interesting to see if Gary Payton comes back and how that changes things.
I think they're going to bring him back and just run him for spurts at any of them.
Minutes
any of the guys. Bug Tatum for a while, Bug Smart, Bug Brown. I think it's a nice little X factor. I think like Belizia, that guy gets some run.
Nemanja Bjelica. Yes, yeah. I like Nemanja.
Yeah, I think Kuminga gets some run. They're going to have to run lots of guys.
Hope. I think Golden State's going to wear Al Horford down. Al Horford is old. I don't know how much legs he has left.
Yes, I think, and obviously, like we didn't really talk about it, but the last 2 series for the Celtics have been very, very tough series.
Mm-hmm. Very physically demanding, even though they have the refs.
You're running out of Michael's special juice to be able to heal them miraculously.
I just want to say, we made it 24 minutes into the episode, and this is the first time I've mentioned how awful the officiating was.
Yeah, that's good.
Putting that out there.
Yeah, I wrote down fouls earlier, but I just skipped it.
No more comments there. If you watch the series, you know what I'm talking about.
The Celtics will win the most quarters, but will lose because the Warriors will go on runs. Dubs in 7.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the series. I really hope Golden State wins.
Me too.
Try to do your snorting away from the mic.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's a little bit of your rape. Sorry, gang. Team Tal Nation, sorry.
Yeah, so Warriors in 7, Steph's MVP. That's what I got, gang. You got any other takes?
Nope, it's all good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's talk about the top trilogies. We haven't done a movie segment for a while, and our fans have been asking for one.
Did they have?
Yep.
All right.
So what we need to do is just set a couple of parameters. So trilogy is any movie that has 3, but it could be more than 3. Like Jason Bourne, there's 4 or 5 movies, but you're only picking the top 3.
Yes, I like
Rocky.
So I'm
do 1, 2, and 3.
So we're playing this.
You can't do 1, 2, and then Creed.
Well, I thought we were just playing like a real trilogy. For example, the Avengers movies. There's 4 Avengers movies. You can't just cherry pick 2, 3, and 4.
No, you gotta go 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's kind of Bush League, but all right.
No, it's not.
Okay, all right.
What are you gonna do? Like Fast and Furious 1, 7, and
No,
17?
like just they're not eligible, right? Like you pick the first 3, 1 to 3. If there's a couple fraudulent sequels, like Terminator 4 or whatever, you just get 1, 2, and 3, and you don't. How about you have to do from the jump? You got to do 1 to 3.
Sequential.
Yeah, no 4, 5, 6s. 1 to 3.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, first overall pick. So what were you gonna do? Is we're just gonna draft? We're gonna make a lineup. I think you said 7.
So is this my pick for the favorite all time, or am I doing a fans picks?
Well, I don't know. You told me fan, but
I think fan. Yeah.
so we have to make the people happy.
Yeah, make people happy.
Okay.
Right, it's for fans.
Man,
Okay,
all
so
right.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Sure.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Yep, Tal wins.
Smells so much.
Smells. I do smell a little bit. Okay, so off the hop, I'm going with one of the best 1-2 movies of all time. And because 1-2 are so good,
Yeah.
the fact that 3 is a little poopy is okay because 1 and 2 are so awesome. I got to go with the Corleone family and The Godfather.
Yeah, I don't know if the people are gonna love that one.
No, probably not a lot of our fans. But again, you get the Urban Pauls and the Coach Robs of the world. They're going to appreciate
They're our
The
fans.
Godfather. Yep.
So I'm looking at my roster here. I'm just gonna have to go with they're my number 1. They're my Cade Cunningham. It's the best movie trilogy of all time. It's my favorite. I gotta go with the Star Wars original trilogy.
Yep. OG.
I just don't think you
Yeah,
can.
I
really
had that
argue
really. I had that really, really high.
That was my number 1 prospect.
Yeah. Very, very good pick. Again, lots of great picks on the board here. I think I like this more than you do. These 3.
I like them. I know exactly what you're gonna say, and
Yep.
I like them a lot. You're just dumb. Lord of the Rings.
No.
Oh,
Dark Knight.
dude, I love Dark Knight. What are you talking? I just
Not as
don't-
much as me. I don't think you appreciate it as much as I do.
You like Dark Knight Rises more than Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got Godfather and Dark Knight. That's pretty solid. Pretty solid start for me. You got Star Wars OG, which is okay. C-3PO, just he's one of your main characters, and that's not good. But at least you don't.
He's like my 6th guy. He's a 6th man.
Okay.
So I'm looking at my options here.
So many good choices.
I'm gonna go Back to the Future.
Oh, I had that super high.
Yeah.
Marty is just an iconic character. You got Doc Brown.
I think you reached on Dark Knight.
I'm going to reach a little bit on Dark Knight,
And
but I think it's worth it.
I think you can argue Star Wars and Back to the Future are the 2 best trilogies of all time. In terms of consistency,
Could be argued. Well, you actually picked this one for me last time, so now I'm going to go Lord of the Rings. I was able to
that's a reach still.
get what I wanted and not have to stretch for it. Lord of the Rings is great. The fans love Lord of the Rings.
I don't think the fans do, dude.
Yeah.
But- So I'm looking here. Now, this I actually had as my 2nd prospect, and they're staring at me in the face. I got to go with Indiana Jones here.
Yeah, I had Indy really high. You can't go wrong with Indiana, and plus you get his dad too,
So
right?
let's just go through our roster. So I have Star Wars original trilogy, Back to the Future, and Indiana Jones. Okay, you have.
I've got Godfather, Lord of the Rings, and the Dark Knight trilogy.
Seems like you're trying to impress the critics, and I'm impressing the people. Just putting that out there.
Yeah. Well, interesting enough, I had 6 teams, like of all the rankings, my 6 highest have been gone between your picks and my picks.
Well, I'm smarter.
Well, no, it shows that we had very similar rankings. So now it's my turn.
It's your turn?
It's my turn. Yeah.
Okay.
So lots of good options here as well.
I actually don't know what I go with right now.
I need a second here because there's so many good choices out here. Even though Mighty Ducks is screaming at me, I'm not going to stretch for the Mighty Ducks. Although Gordon Bombay was a great.
You must
great
have done
character.
like 2 hours of research if Mighty Ducks is what you're digging up.
No, it's just funny.
Do they even make 3?
I'm gonna scoop you here.
You're gonna take Die Hard?
I'm taking Die Hard.
It's okay. 2 sucks. So
2's okay.
okay, Die Hard. I'm fine with that. That might have been my pick, but as a trilogy, like the first one is just so OP, and then the other ones are like fine.
Yep.
Again, try to
Again,
snort
there's so
away.
many different options here. It's very good.
I gotta.
Boy, honestly, I could pick 4 or 5 other picks here.
Yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what I'm deciding between. There's a couple that I'm currently working with.
I've got 4 that I'm looking at right now.
Okay, I gotta go John Wick.
Great pick.
The John Wick trilogy is sick.
You know what? I did not have John Wick down, but Tim, who I had lunch with today, he gave me that suggestion. It was a really good suggestion.
Tim
Galbraith.
Shout out Tim.
Shout out Tim.
Appreciate you, Tim.
Yeah, appreciate you, Tim.
The John Wick movies are just such a joy. I remember we saw the third one in theaters with like me, you, Mom. And
Oh, that's right.
And
how did we ever convince her to
She
go?
wanted a ticket, and after I printed it, and she saw that she had a ticket, she's like, "Oh, I don't want to go," and she went. And
She just closed her eyes like half the movie.
Over. There's one point in the movie where he like stabs someone's eyeball, and they just show it, like they show the eyeball getting stabbed, and she's just the whole movie. So John Wick 4 and 5 coming out in a bit too.
Yeah,
Nice. So that's my 4th.
Okay, again, lots of really good choices here.
Are we doing 7 on our team?
We're gonna keep going until the fans tell us to stop.
Oh my god. Okay.
So I have 1 superhero trilogy so far.
So I'm just going to let the people know. I have a lot of names still written down. I really like my list. So are you saying 1 to 3 is eligible? Like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 3 is eligible.
Okay.
I think I have to go with the greatest underdog of our generation.
Yeah, I guess I'll cross that off.
Rocky Balboa.
Okay, Rocky 1 to 3.
Italian Stallion, 1 to 3. Again, you could debate. You could go like 6 and then Creed 1 and 2, which would actually be a pretty good little run.
Okay, that's really pushing what we call a trilogy.
I know it's pushing, but it's 3 in a row. You can't overlap with any of mine, but that would obviously, anything that overlaps with 5 automatically gets eliminated.
I am going, man. All right.
So many good ones still.
I've got a couple. I've got 2 prospects that I'm currently debating between.
Caesar.
So 1 to 3, Avengers 1 to 3 is eligible. I'm not picking that. I'm just making sure.
Correct.
So I don't get Endgame. I'm not picking them. I don't get Endgame.
You do not get Endgame.
Okay, because Endgame is just like, I'm not touching that then.
But you could pick.
I'm gonna go with Captain America 1 to 3.
Okay, I had that.
The Cap trilogy is so good.
Cap trilogy is good.
Okay.
So I still have lots of good options on the board. I need to bring the series that brought sci-fi to us.
Star Trek?
No, Terminator.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you get, just to make sure, you get Terminator 3?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
That was not so good.
Oh, jeez. That is a weak.
So I'm a little
that's
weak.
a Kendrick Perkins there of a starting 5.
I'm a little weak in my back end, but I start so hard that it's good.
See, the thing with my series is, all of them are great. Like, it's not top heavy like The Godfather or like Terminator.
Yeah.
What did I just pick? I picked that one. I gotta go with Rambo. I gotta go with Rambo 1 to 3. Rambo's so good.
Good pick. Yeah, very, very good.
I like, this is really good value for Rambo.
Yeah. So I need to go with the Ultimate Warrior. Books and movies, all really, really good. Jason Bourne.
All right.
Did you have Jason Bourne listed anywhere?
Yeah, but fans, like...
I don't see, again, like your buddies, they probably don't appreciate Jason Bourne as much as I do, and maybe you do, because you watched it when you were 10, probably.
Under? I was younger.
I had access to movies when he was quite young.
So I really want to say the Planet of the Apes trilogy, because that's kind of what sparked us doing
Caesar!
this.
Yeah.
Right? But I know...
We did come up with a couple of similarities between.
Stop right now. Stop.
We're not to speak about that, so we'll just move on. Moving on.
I'm gonna
We're gonna talk about the movers at the end of the street. We should talk about that just for a second.
Really quickly.
Okay, really quickly. So there's a family, I guess we'll call it, who owns some rental properties on our street. And it's a bit of an odd collection of folks. There's the we think we'll call the character the mom, who just appears to be really mean. There's the dad, who we think gets just like beat on with a stick, just looks beaten. And then 4 children, kind of between the ages like 3 and maybe 7. And it appears as though those 4 children do a lot of work. Like the 5-year-old has been cutting the grass a couple times and pretty much has run over his brother's leg on multiple occasions. We were driving just to do a little bit of yard work a couple hours ago. And then there was like a 5-year-old and maybe a 3-year-old loading crap into the back of the SUV. By themselves. No parents anywhere around. So Isaac just said stop. So he talked to them for a minute or two and tried to get them to say hi. And we've got some interesting movers on our street. I don't know how much they charge, and I would for sure make them sign a waiver. I don't think they're bonded, but very good for entertainment value. Okay, who do you got next? It was quite funny. Actually, I'm not sure if Isaac will release it on our Instagram page, but he did do a little bit of recording of the movers. It was quite entertaining. If you're in the know, you could probably ask Isaac to see the clip.
If you're one of my buddies, or you really want to see this, message. Oh, did you think that people understand why it's so funny? Like, did you get it across good enough?
I don't think I did, because you actually need to see the visual to understand.
If you're one, I'm not going to post this, but if you're one of my buddies, shoot me a text. Next time I see you, I'll show you.
I was cutting the neighbor's grass last week, and the 5-year-old. So in addition, there's a 5-year-old, 3-year-old, and then an infant, like in the months, 6 or 7.
And these are all of the child labor.
Yeah, the child labor. So the 5-year-old decided to pick up the car seat with the little baby in it, and pretty much it rolled over, and I yelled because it was a little scary. And then the 5-year-old just like yelled back at me and threw his arm in the air, like, "Who the hell are you to be questioning my parenting, babysitting, whatever it is?" So I didn't know what to do, so I just kept cutting the grass. It's pretty interesting. The movers. That's sorry for that little segment. No, you up or me?
I have no idea.
I think I picked Jason Bourne. You were making fun of me.
Wow. All right.
And you were talking about Planet of the Apes. Caesar. That's right.
I'm going to go with the Spider-Man original trilogy.
Ooh, that was my pick. Yes. Good pick. Very nice.
Spidey
can't go wrong with that.
Spidey 1 to 3, the originals. So let's go through our teams.
Yeah.
You go first. Go through.
I've got Godfather, Dark Knight, Lord of the Rings, Die Hard, Rocky movies, and Jason Bourne.
And Terminator.
Sorry.
Moron. So that's how many? 7?
Yeah.
Good counting.
Yep.
I have Star Wars, Back to the Future, Indiana Jones, John Wick, Captain America trilogy, Rambo 1 to 3, Spidey, the original Spideys. So my trilogy roster is just stacked. Are we doing? Do you want to do one more each?
Sure.
No, you're not going to pick them, so I'm just going to address this. I really want to pick the Clint Eastwood Western trilogies.
Yeah, that was good.
And I love those movies, and I actually watched them. Like, they're from the 60s. I watched them in COVID times. I'm guessing a lot of the viewers have not seen Fistful of Dollars.
Worth the watch.
And Good, the Bad, and the Ugly anytime recently.
And then you watch those, and then you watch Unforgiven, which is
Unforgiven
like Clint Eastwood 40 years later or something. I don't think anybody's going to pick it, but the Alien trilogy with Sigourney Weaver is actually pretty solid as well.
I've written that down. I kind of want to take Alien right now, because that's the 2 I have left. I have Planet of the Apes.
But then that would leave out Gordon Bombay and what's the goalie's name? Like Hamburger or something?
I haven't watched Mighty Ducks anytime recently. Wow, this is so difficult. Best trilogies.
I've got 3 left here that I would be picking from. Assuming we're not picking the Avengers. It's too hard.
I want to say Ip Man.
Ooh.
But again, our viewers...
Our fans don't really know that, but Ip is really well done.
But the thing is, anyone who watches Ip Man, like, if I get Ip Man at this value, Ip Man is a first overall pick. Like, he is a lottery pick. And if I'm getting him in the back end...
Oh my gosh, he's a Hall of Famer right away. Like, he's first team All-NBA... The moment he gets in the league.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he'll be 47, but he'll still be Rookie of the Year.
Man, so do I go with Planet of the Apes? Do I go with Ip Man? Do I go with the Alien movies.
Mission Impossible, we didn't talk about it, but that's
Overrated.
also pretty solid. Yeah, a little entertaining, but no legacy. One of the things about the Indiana Jones movies I wanted to mention, that was the start of a lot of movies that people watched multiple times because they were so
Give me
good. There's
Alien.
so much going on.
Alien 1 to 3.
Can't go wrong with Alien. I don't disagree with you there.
Actually, can I take that pick back or no?
Sure.
I'm going to take it back. I am going to go with the new Spider-Man trilogy. Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home.
Good. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good pick. What a good pick.
Then
So I
I'm-
got 2 Spider-Man trilogies.
Then I'm picking Alien because I like
That's
Sigourney
fine.
Weaver.
That's fine.
Yeah, and that monster was the most badass
The
monster.
Queen Bee, or the Mother Bee, or whatever she's called.
Yeah, I don't know. She's badass.
Okay, so I'll try to
Okay.
make this graphic.
That's 40
here.
minutes. Man, you talked a lot tonight, kid.
We're hit,
Although the movers...
You did, dude.
I talked a lot. The movers was funny, though.
Yeah, we hit 40 minutes every time, and every time you're like,
That's a lot.
it's like longer than what you
Yeah,
think
and
slash expect.
you said if there's time to work in a bit of NRL, like there's a lot of debate in the NRL right now. Like, are we going to talk about it, or are we just going to leave it out there?
I think. Well, Tom and I have talked about getting him on the show.
Oh, well, let's get Tom on the show.
So we'll get Tom. We'll actually get.
Yeah,
We'll try to do some guests.
we actually need. We've been talking about that a while. Why don't
Well,
we get some guests?
you really want guests,
I
and
think
once
it's an important part of growing our.
and then once you set it up, let's do it. But I
Okay.
don't want to have to do the
So a guest is going to come here and sit next to us.
no,
No, why not?
because it's 3 mics or 1 mic and 3 of us.
What about if we can get Luke Wilson here?
So a 6'6" man and then 1 mic and 2
We
of
put
us.
him in the Mini Cooper.
Okay, all right, sure. You make that happen, sure.
Okay, I'll try. See what I can do.
Okay, sign off to the people.
Okay. Truth to Tal Isaac, thanks for chiming in. By the way, Father's Day is coming up. You know what fathers want for Father's Day gifts? The true swag. We still got some stuff. We haven't really pushed much lately, but we got some good swag out there. Have a good night, everybody. Check us out on Instagram. Peace out.